I didn't even know that people traveled for the holidays till I was probably 18 or 19 years old. We were the black sheep. My family really didn't talk to anybody outside of our intermediate group. So for Christmas, it was the one day a year that we would make sure that we were all in the same house. We would spend the days watching movies with each other, and then my mother would cook a giant dinner. My suggestion for you this Christmas is to sit around with some of your loved ones, turn on hot Frosty, and enjoy your day. There's something in it for everybody, from your confused teenage nephew to your 89-year-old grandmother. And when it's over and your family looks at you and says, "Why did you make us watch this movie?" you can then say, "So that while we eat, we can listen to my favorite podcast." Happy holidays, and welcome to You've Got Mails.
And so at this point, you want to apply the icy hot and take special care to cup the snowballs and stroke the carrot. And that's how you give someone a hot Frosty. Are we recording?
Don't forget the icy nipples.
Oh, Jesus. Welcome to You've Got Mails, everybody. I'm Jason. I'm here with CJ. And on today's episode, we'll be discussing 2024's Hot Frosty. Not just a sexual maneuver, also a heartwarming Christmas Netflix movie of sorts.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Let's say this together. This movie was
a
better
movie?
than you thought.
No.
I was surprised. I guess I set the bar so low.
Oh, really?
That, like, as soon as Craig Robinson showed up, I was like,
oh,
all right,
yeah.
I'm in.
I mean, him and Joe Latrulia definitely kind of saved parts of this movie for me, but I wouldn't say they saved the whole thing. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
So this movie starts with a little voiceover, like from a narrator that we never hear again.
My favorite kind.
Yeah, it is. That's honestly true. And he's talking about how, from the beginning of the dawn of time, we've heard stories of snowmen brought to life. And
have we?
No.
There's like one cartoon
maybe since
from
like
the
70s. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how far back Frosty goes. But he says, but they were never told quite like this. And we get a magic hat that like blows off a snowman into the street and immediately gets run over. So they're not playing any games. This is
getting real.
They're turning the fucking the snowman brought to life genre on its fucking head.
Bringing it home.
Yeah, they're changing the game.
It's a reason they only make these movies once every 50 years.
Yeah. Apparently, I found out that another movie came out like a year before this called Snowman's, and it's the exact same fucking plot.
Hey, you know what I heard? Next year, there's going to be another Christmas.
I hope so. But yeah, so we get that, and then we immediately meet our main female lead, played by Lacey Chabert.
Is that how you pronounce it?
That's how I'm pronouncing it for this podcast.
That works.
I think it's pretty close.
I was everywhere from like Chabert to Sherbert.
Mm-hmm. I think it's Chabert,
and I think I'm just going to go with Shabert.
That's fine. Also, well, we could just call her Kathy because that's her name in the movie.
All right.
Now we meet Kathy. We see that Kathy lives alone in a
death trap.
It's not a great house. It's falling apart.
That house is terrible.
Yeah, she immediately wakes up and puts on about 7 layers of clothing. We find out that her furnace doesn't work, which is important for the plot later. She has a leaky roof. She has holes in her stairs. The place is just falling apart. It's in shambles. Nice house otherwise. It's a nice looking house.
It's a good house to keep you sober, because if you show up drunk to this house, you will die. Like, you're going to fall through a stair, or the furnace is going to explode on you when you turn it on.
Kathy, as she leaves the house, we see like a picture of her and a man, her husband. We find out that her husband passed away. Kathy's a widow.
Caught the big C.
Yeah, but we see...
also my nickname in high school.
The big C. That's unfortunate. They see... Jesus. We see this, and we come to find out a little bit later that she's a widow. Kathy takes a drive into town. Cute little, quaint little holiday town. Like, this is the town you see in every Hallmark Christmas movie.
It screwed me up at first. Was like, did you catch like every car was from the early 90s?
You mean the 2 whole cars that are in this movie? Because I think there's only like 2 or 3 cars.
No, she's pulling up here, and they show a couple on the street. And I'm like, why did none of these cars have any curves?
Yeah,
They're all like big boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. It made me immediately think, like, when was this movie supposed to take place? Or
I think it's modern time.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know how that works. Maybe they just had a bunch of old cars laying around.
Must have.
Cheaper that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. This was shot in Canada. Did they not have new cars in Canada? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, they are a few years behind us.
Are they?
No. It's not fucking Bratislava. It's Canada.
Fucking Cuba. Every car is from the 1950s.
Yeah.
In Ottawa. But Kathy pulls up, and we find out that Kathy owns her own restaurant. It's Kathy's Cafe. We walk in, we meet her line cook, Isaac. He's just like a bit player, like throwaway part. But he has a couple things that he does.
They could have thrown some more meat on that character.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, they could have thrown some meat on a lot of these characters. There's a lot of background characters in this movie, and not a whole lot of them do anything. So we meet him. She just kind of comes in and says hi, and she's getting ready to start her day. We also see that there is a snow sculpture competition happening in the little town they live in. So there's all these different snowmen outside in the main street of town, kind of between her restaurant and some other shops.
Yeah, there's like a little garden between, like in the middle of the road.
Yeah, did you notice all these snow sculptures were made of styrofoam?
Oh, yeah. I mean, guys, it's 2024. We're shooting in HD.
You could see like the molds from where they busted them out. But there's like some cool ones. Like I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but I thought it would have been cool if like some of these other snowmen would have came to life, because there was like a one of those like lucky cats that you see in the Chinese restaurants, like the paw that waves and stuff, and like some really neat ones. Granted, they're all made of styrofoam, but I thought it would have been a cool thing to like see these other snowmen get some action, and they never did.
Oh, they all come to life?
That'd have been cool.
It's an apocalypse.
Yeah, it's a snowpocalypse.
Yeah.
But so Kathy takes lunch across the street to a little place called Reclaim Bags. It's owned by Mel and Theo, who are like a friendly older couple that she visits and brings them lunch, apparently. And they're talking to her about how her personal life is going. Mainly Mel, the wife, kind of hinting around if you met anybody, because her husband's been dead for a year. I guess it's time to move on. They feel like they want Kathy to.
Yeah, you can't waste your youth.
Get out in the town. And she gifts her a scarf and says to her something along the lines, kind of alludes to the fact that this scarf is going to help you find your true love.
She says it's like a old thing that people say to each other. Good things come to you when you're out in the cold, which I've never heard before.
The hypothermia.
Yeah.
The flu.
Like, what is the good things that come to you?
I don't know. Well, she tells a little story about how like she was out wandering in the cold one night and she met the love of her life, which is this Theo guy that she owns the store with.
Yeah.
But she almost like...
Tomorrow morning when I'm sitting in my car waiting for it to warm up for 20 minutes, I'm just, fuck, son of a fuck. But nothing good is coming.
But she gives her this scarf and she like basically, alludes, like I said, to the fact that like this will help you find your true love. And if she would have like looked directly into the camera and gave us a wink, I wouldn't have been at all surprised. Like she's really beating you over the head with it.
She would have walked her out and done this scene in front of the hot snowman.
So Kathy takes the scarf and like thanks her for it, walks outside, and then immediately basically throws it away.
Seconds later.
Yeah, because as she's walking back across the square, she's stopping and she's looking at all the different snowmen. And we've got like two traditional, Frosty the Snowman looking snowmen. And then in the middle, like a very fuckable snowman. There's this.
Let's describe this snowman, because there were meetings.
So he's
like art department sat down and had hours long meetings about the nipples. I know this.
He's got chiseled abs, like the fucking pecs that won't stop. He's got long hair, strong jawline. I mean, this is a fuckable snowman. Incredibly pointy nipples on this thing. I cannot
She even says,
she comments, so she stops, she's looking at the snowman, and she stops at that one, and she goes, oh, it looks like you never missed chest day at the gym. Like,
Yeah.
She comments on this snowman's appearance, and she kind of looks at both the other snowmen, and they have scarves, and this guy is just fucking butt naked, like, fuckable snowman, and right in the middle.
Yeah, man.
And so she puts the scarf around him, and then decides to take a picture of him, I assuming, put that in the spank bank for later.
Heck yeah.
She grabs a picture of the snowman, and
I paused the movie at one point.
as she snaps this picture, he gets a little magical twinkle in his eye, the little glimmer, and she's kind of like, ooh, what is going on? And then just walks away. Like, she sees the snowman, like, actually, eye fucking light up.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, okay.
Fuck your scarf, I'm going back to work.
Yeah, so she goes and ends the day, and then middle of the night, I assume, because there's really nobody out in the town, it's deserted. We get some, like, magical whoosh sounds, and some snowflakes start to fly around. Poof. We got a butt-naked guy in the middle of the town square.
All abs.
Oh, this guy.
From the kneecaps to the neck bone, man.
This guy had to have only been eating ice cubes and ice chips for like months before, just to get into character and to fucking look like this guy looked.
No, yeah, there was no way, like, movie stars and stuff, they will, like, actually not drink water for days to get their shit to pop out like that. Yeah, this guy was dehydrated.
This guy was all abs. But he's just butt naked except for this scarf. Thankfully, it's a big scarf. And they must have had so much double-sided tape attached to this guy's, like, pelvic region, because this scarf, like, hangs down the front and just never moves. Like, perfectly covers this guy's snowman jump.
I was okay with that.
I was, too. Yeah. I mean, I kind of was, right? But he's in town, and he goes over to, like, a bus stop ad. It looks like an Old Navy ad. It's not. It's like a knockoff Old Navy ad. It's like this family wearing a bunch of winter clothes and stuff, and the dad's got his arm up and he's waving. He's got the scarf thrown over his shoulder. So Snowman, like, throws the scarf over his shoulder, exposing his sugar plum fairies, if you will.
For that nice cold air.
Yeah, and puts his arm up to wave, and, like, an older couple comes by walking his dog, and he's just like, hello, how are you? And, like, waves at these people.
He has vocabulary. Like, he knows words, but he has no idea what any of them mean. I feel like he's just saying things as they come to his mind.
Well, it's weird that he can speak English right away, but he doesn't know anything else. So this movie is kind of weird, we can talk about it. Have you seen the movie Poor Things?
Yes.
So that's a really controversial movie in ways because the character, it's like a take on the Frankenstein story, but it's this, this doctor makes this woman who has the brain of a child, like doesn't know anything, but she's in a grown woman's body, and she goes out and just has a ton of sex.
Yeah.
And this movie is basically Poor Things at Christmas. Like, it's just this giant man-child who's been alive for a day, and we're putting him into like a romantic subplot.
I fought a little bit hard to get Elf on the list for Christmas this year.
Uh-huh.
And I said, I think this is a romance, but the only problem I have with it is that it is about a woman falling in love with a child. Like, Will Ferrell in that movie is like an 8-year-old at best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sure enough. What movie do we pick? The one where a woman falls in love with a child.
Elf would have been better. At least it would have been a good movie. Back to our movie, though, The Naked Snowman.
Back to Poor Things.
Back to Poor
What
Things.
What a movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
I watched that in a group setting.
Oh, really?
It's like a couple couples there. And we realized real quick, like, this was not the right move.
It's an awkward joint adventure to go down with other people. Just a lot of awkward silence.
Oh, yeah.
But the old couple, like, decides to start chasing him down, like, for whatever reason. Like, I don't know.
As you do. The gentleman is angry. The wife is absolutely enamored.
Oh, yeah. She's just trying to get a better look at this guy. But let me ask you. You're walking down the street late at night. Say it's, it's after 11 p.m., taking the dog for a stroll. You encounter a naked man. Do you run towards him?
No, I cross the street. I don't make any reference. And also, like, I used to walk through downtown Pittsburgh to get from work to home at night. Yeah, I've seen this many a times.
But they decide to chase this guy down, so they're running after him. He's trying to escape now because he, I guess, is scared. He doesn't know what the hell's going on.
You run from stranger nudity, not to stranger nudity.
Yeah, well, at least the nude guy had the right idea and ran away. He ends up at the reclaimed bag store from before where the scarf was gifted. And he's leaning against the plain glass window. And just leaning. And the window just shatters and he falls into it.
Yeah.
And this movie could have ended very quickly where they just find a strange naked man bled out on the floor of their thrift store. But he gets up.
Is this antifreeze?
He gets up unscathed. And he's in there and he's kind of looking around and he finds like a pair of coveralls with the name Jack on them. Jack Frost, everybody. Wink, wink at the camera again. So he finds his overalls.
It should have just been S. Man.
So he gets, or why wouldn't it be like F. Frosty or something? I mean, it's Hot Frosty. He's Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah.
But no, he's Jack Frost. And he also takes like a pair of galoshes. And apparently the old couple just gave up the pursuit because at this point he just goes back out and just wanders around the town square for the rest of the night, assumedly. Without any issues.
Well, they probably think they just scared this guy into dying in a glass accident.
That's true. They heard the glass break and they hurried home.
So they got their kill for the night and they're heading home.
Yeah. Next morning, Kathy's rolling back up to work and Jack is out where all the other snowmen are and he is just having conversations with the inanimate snowmen. And basically, like, you guys got to try this. This is amazing. Like, I love moving my arms. I love talking. Like, he's like real excited about it.
What are these words?
Yeah. Kathy sees him. like you do when you see anybody having like a clear mental breakdown in the middle of the street, you approach them. And Kathy walks up to this guy.
Small towns really are different, man.
Yeah. Kathy walks up to this guy.
I've seen people that I know personally having problems on the sidewalk, and did they see me?
Like, you don't see me, keep walking.
Cross the street, get the fuck out of there.
But no, Kathy, she's a real saint. She walks up to this guy and asks him if he's okay, and asks him his name, and he tells her he doesn't know. And she's like, well, I own this diner right here. Why don't you come in and have something to eat? And he's like, I've never had food before. I'm like, Kathy, fucking call the police.
Look at his abs. Of course he has.
That's absolutely true. But she takes him in, and he's sitting at the counter just eating like the little jellies. Just like scooping them out like Jell-O shots. Just like eating jellies.
Pretty much Elf.
Yeah. And Isaac, the line cook, this is like one of their line of dialogue in the movie, but he ain't having this crazy white guy in his diner.
Hell no.
He's talking to Kathy. He's like, I don't like this. Like, this guy gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like, he doesn't seem right. She's like, no, he's fine. He just likes jelly. He likes jelly, and like, he's...
No, I mean, he's right. Isaac is right.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. We cut to a scene outside, and it's Craig Robinson, who I didn't bother to get either one of these guys' names, so they're just going to be Sheriff Craig Robinson and Deputy Sheriff Joe Latrulia.
Yeah, they're showing up to save this movie.
Yeah. Then they're in like a completely different movie.
Oh, yeah.
I think that they probably had a script for this movie, and the script ran about 45 minutes to an hour, and Netflix was like, this is great, but we need 30 more minutes. Like, why don't we just get two funny motherfuckers? Just let him improvise and just set them loose on the movie.
Yeah,
and
he's got a piano.
Yeah.
They're like, it's Craig Robinson. Let's just put pianos in his hands.
I wonder if
it's multiple scenes where he just has a little organ.
Is that in his contract, you think, where he just plays the keyboard and everything he's in?
I think so.
It's gotta be. Good for him. He's just doing what he loves.
But these guys, okay, like I've said before, I've had the pleasure of making a movie. And I've worked with a bunch of people that have worked on movies. It is true. When you are doing this, you are so wrapped up in it. You have no idea how this movie's going to be.
Yeah.
That's why, a lot of times when they're like, how did this movie get made? You don't know what's happening. A lot of the movie, whether it's good or bad, actually comes out in the editing. Like, the editor is the most important person on a movie.
Yeah.
These guys absolutely fucking knew what movie they were doing.
Yeah.
Like, they showed up. Joe Latrulia and Craig Robinson showed up and said, let's just have some fun.
Yeah.
Let's shit all over this, get a paycheck, head home.
Best part of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
But we find out that Craig Robinson is a real hard ass. Like, this is the sleepiest little town where nothing ever happens.
Yeah.
But he takes everything so seriously. And he is dead set on finding out who broke into this store and stole these galoshes. There will be no stolen galoshes.
The idea of there just being crime at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because at one point somebody even says there hasn't been a murder in our town in 130 years, and he turns around and goes, you're welcome.
Yeah, because he first says, there hasn't been a murder in this town since I became sheriff. And they're like, it's been a lot fucking longer than that. The town is just crime-free without him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a real high opinion of himself. We cut back to the diner, and Kathy's sitting with Jack at the diner table and is asking him, what's the last thing you remember? And he said, well, the last thing I remember is you putting this scarf on me, taking my picture. I love you, Kathy. I love you. Again, I would have been like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and call the authorities and get this handled. But no, Kathy.
No kidding.
Kathy just keeps on rolling. But she's kind of starting to realize. She takes out her phone and looks at the picture she took of the sexy snowman, is holding it up to his face, and is thinking, you know what? There's a possibility this guy's actually a snowman.
I mean, my brain just wouldn't make that jump. I'd start looking for hidden cameras before that.
Well, she does say, too, she's like, is this some kind of a prank? Like, did you follow me around?
Yep.
Did you watch me put the scarf on? And then she decides she's going to take him to the doctor. Because he is constantly, if he is ever indoors, sweating profusely, but melting is what's really happening. He can't be in the heat. And she says, there's a doctor right across the street. Let me take you to the doctor.
You see who the doctor is?
It's, she's from, Eastbound and Down is what I know her from.
Katie Mixon.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah, she's really good. She's in,
she was on a
Mike
sitcom.
and Molly.
Yeah, she was
Billy
on a
Gardell.
sitcom.
Yeah, she.
No, not Mike and Molly. It was the new one with him, Billy Gardell, I think.
Then she's in Mike and Molly too. She might be.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's definitely in
okay.
that one. She plays
she's
Molly's
not Molly
sister.
though. Yeah,
she's the sister. She takes him over to the doctor. We get a scene of Craig Robinson playing the keyboard in the prison. He's just basically singing a song about crime and how he's not going to stand for it.
Oh yeah.
And then Joe Latrulia comes in and tells him there's also been reports of a streaker. He puts two and two together that whoever the streaker was is also the guy. So we've got a streaking burglar.
He starts talking about crime waves.
Yeah. And he also thinks, I actually like this, he thinks the mayor has it out for him. He thinks this is all a conspiracy. The mayor's putting someone up to committing all these crimes to get him out of being the sheriff. Because at one point he had the mayor's car towed. He was in a loading zone actively unloading gifts for an orphanage, and he still had him towed.
Love it.
We see Jack and Kathy at the doctor with, like I said, Katie Mixon plays the doctor.
Yeah, she gives up on reality immediately.
Well, everybody does except for Kathy in this movie. It's great.
Yeah.
Because Christmas. So she's taking the temperature, or trying to take the temperature of Jack, and she goes through like 2 or 3 thermometers, and he's 30 degrees. And the doctor pulls him aside and she goes, you know what? Maybe he is a snowman. It's Christmas. Stranger things have happened. And I'm like, what the fuck else has happened in this town on Christmas? Because this is a pretty weird fucking thing to happen.
You don't get animate snowmen.
No. But the doctor is clearly kind of smitten with Jack, because Jack is a handsome man. This guy looks like he fucking fell off an Abercrombie ad. And she's like, you can stay with me. Like, you can come stay with me. Jack says, I want to stay with Kathy. I love her. And I'm like, no, Jack, stop. Boundaries. Come on, buddy.
You're making this weird.
And also, like, what kind of doctor are you? You don't just release a man into the care of someone that doesn't know him. A crazy person, essentially. It's bad doctoring. But
small town doctoring.
Yeah. But Kathy's like, all right, well, I guess I'm going to take this crazy hunky man home and keep him at my place until I don't know what.
I wouldn't be able to sleep.
You just adopted a grown man.
Yeah. I'd be like, you're gonna sleep in this room with all the locks on the doors.
Well, no. So she takes him home. She gets him set up. He asks her to turn off the space heater because he's sweating again. And she shows him the TV, and he's like, what is TV? I don't know what TV is. How do I work a remote? She gives him the rundown of how to use the remote.
Did you catch the joke here?
Oh, yeah. The Lindsay Lohan thing?
Yeah, where she says, I knew her from high school.
Yeah.
That's a Mean Girls reference, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they're watching another Netflix Christmas movie that came out last year. And yeah, it's definitely a Mean Girls reference because they were in that movie together. Yeah,
they reference a few, like they have a Jennifer Coolidge movie on at one point.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
In the background, you can see her dancing around on the stage. I think that's from another Netflix movie.
Okay. But Jack starts flipping through the TV channels and he finds a cooking show and he's like, hey, that's what you do. At the diner, you make food. And he says that he wants to help people. He wants to work at the diner. And she's like, no, we got to figure out what your deal is. Like, you're clearly, something's wrong with you. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to figure this out. And he tells her he loves her again. And this is where she has to have the conversation. Like, you can't just love someone you just met. Like, there's boundaries. You have to know someone for a long time before you can tell them you love them.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay. Whatever.
And I mean, like I said, this is
I'm 24 hours old here. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, you
brought me to life. I love you.
We had to sit my little sister down when she was 4 and explain to her that she couldn't marry her older brother. You know what I mean? Like, that's just because they're children.
Yeah.
This man is a children with impeccable abs.
He really is.
I say he's a children.
He's a children. This man is a children. And what do you do with a man who's a children? You just fucking leave him home alone. Like, she's like, all right, well, I'm going to get out of here for a little bit. She says she's going to go get him some clothes and just leave him to his own devices. So we see him watching TV a little bit.
Well, we find out that he has a superpower, which is he can watch anything on television for a few minutes and be perfect at it.
Yeah, he learns how to do it. He says he's a very quick learner, is what he says. But Kathy went to the diner. I guess, I don't know what she's doing. She went back to work. But she's there with the doctor talking. The doctor's still saying, could be a snowman. This guy might be a snowman. And Kathy's like, no, it doesn't make any sense. Sheriff Craig walks in and just kind of questions them a little bit and just mentions them, we got a streaking burglar on the loose here, so you ladies should watch yourselves. And if you hear anything, let me know. We see more clips of Snowman Jack watching TV. And he's watching like cooking shows, and he starts to watch Nosferatu.
Yeah.
And he gets scared, and he's like holding up a cross. He's got like 2 fire pokers, he's holding a cross. He kind of stumbles into the basement. And first he starts looking through some things. He's a real snoop, this guy.
Yeah.
He's... Holly Golightly would not have cared for Jack the Snowman. He's snooping. No. He's snooping hard.
I like her basement. Half of it is Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
The other half is dead husband shrine.
Yeah.
Like in a box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's nice.
What do you keep in your basement?
I don't have a basement. So he's going through the tools, and then he finds like this little box with like a bunch of papers in it. And first he pulls out a picture of her and her husband. And then this might be my favorite part of the entire movie. He pulls out like a medical chart that lists out, cancer and all the treatments, that's going to happen. What oncologist uses Comic fucking Sans? This was the most...
I didn't even notice this.
It was like the most childlike fucking font you could possibly, were they trying to lighten the blow?
It's like that Robin Williams movie where he's a clown.
Yeah, it's your Dr. Patch Adams. Who the fuck uses Comic Sans?
I did not even notice that.
It blew my mind. I looked at this, I was like, okay, the doctor in this town makes sense now that you're like, oh, he's a snowman. It's Christmas. Take him home with you. Because they use Comic fucking Sans to tell you you're dying. It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, that's awesome.
But so he finds out, about Kathy's husband. Kathy gets home and she's trying to find him, and he comes out from the kitchen with a rolling pin, and he's got an apron on. He's holding the rolling pin over his head. I'm pretty sure at this point he was maybe thinking about murdering Kathy. I'm not sure. And she turns around and freaks out, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you." She brought him some new clothes, and Snowman, again, just being a children, tries to just get butt naked in the living room. He starts unzipping his overalls, and just down to the abs. You're almost there, everybody.
This guy spends an impressive amount on this movie shirtless.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if I looked like that, I'd fucking be doing this podcast shirtless right now. No one can see me but you. I just like the idea of it.
I'd like to think this is probably shot in the summer, and they just put fake snow everywhere. But
I would hope so. I mean, who knows? But he tries to change, and she's like, no, we do this in private. You don't change in front of people you don't know that well. He's like, oh, okay, cool.
Just me and the doctor.
Yeah, he's like, okay, cool. She also tells him that he's got to lay low because the sheriff is looking for him. And he doesn't really understand what lay low means. And she just says, don't bring attention to yourself. We got to keep you kind of hidden for a little bit. Just be cool. He has a surprise for her. Because he's been watching all these cooking shows, like you said, he's learned how to cook perfectly. Yes. And he's made her homemade pizza and eggnog. She takes her into the kitchen, and, his pizza he has to freeze because he tried to eat something warm earlier and almost melted his insides.
Yes.
And he asks her to turn the oven on because he tried to turn it on himself. And
it's got Post-it notes all over it that say hot, careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has her heat up her pizza. And then they're eating dinner. And he's just out of nowhere. He's like a fucking child. What's cancer? And she's like, oh.
It's the thing that makes me cry when people talk about it.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, it's, the disease, and it took my husband. Thankfully, it was quick, and he didn't suffer. And he's like, "Oh, okay, cool, thanks. I'd like to go to Hawaii now." They're watching TV, and there's a commercial on, for Hawaii, and he wants to go there because he thinks it looks really nice. And she's like, "No, you can't. It's hot in Hawaii. You wouldn't make it in Hawaii." He gets a little bummed out. She's like, "Well, maybe someday. We're still trying to figure things out here. Maybe there's a chance for you to go to Hawaii yet.
We haven't figured out how you're going to last through the summer."
Yeah. And he thanks her, and he gives her a big old hug. And she's like, oh, hey, I'm not really a hugger. Back the fuck off, guy. You're still a creepy guy. Great abs, though. But I don't know where you came from. You don't know who you are.
You're lucky that I invited you into the place where I sleep.
Yeah, not really sold on the fact that you're a fucking snowman come to life. She goes to bed, and he stays up late watching, Bob Vila, this old house, home improvement shows.
This guy's going to know it all.
He is. He's gonna carpet like a motherfucker. So the next day, Kathy goes to work, and we find out that her husband did all the repairs around the house. So when he passed away, that's when the house started falling apart.
Have you ever tried to repair your own house?
And it's only no.
I'd almost rather get fucking cancer at this point.
Jesus.
It took me 8 hours to run a wire through the wall the other day.
The guy's only been dead for a year, and the house has fallen apart.
Yeah.
I don't think he was doing that good a job in the first place if this all just fell apart after a year. But we, Snowman kind of looks around the house, and he sees the hole in the steps. He sees the hole in the roof, and he's like, I can fix this shit. I watched a TV show. I'll go fix this.
Fuck yeah.
So he's out on
watched Home Improvement. He'd just be out there barking and shit.
So he's up fixing the roof. Shirtless with a scarf. Just abs blowing in the wind.
Oh, and this is a thing I think that I thought it was funny. They make reference to the fact that the scarf is magical, and that's what's keeping him as a human. They never show what happens if he takes it off, but multiple scenes he doesn't have it on. They forgot to give.
Yeah, I think it's a continuity error because there are scenes where he doesn't have it, and the next scene he does.
Yeah.
They didn't put a lot of thought into this movie.
No.
But this woman
they
drives by.
They put a movie in this fucking movie.
This woman drives by, and this is Lauren Holly. Did you know that?
No, who's that?
Oh, Lauren Ollie was, she was married to Jim Carrey for a minute. She was in Dumb and Dumber. She was like the main girl that they were chasing across
Oh, wow.
the country. Yeah. So she's older now. She's basically a gilf. This gilf comes driving by and sees shirtless guy on the roof, and she like does like a double take and like backs up to watch him some more, backs herself right into a snowbank. And at this point, the movie gets real horny.
Oh, yeah.
He sees her back into the snowbank, and he comes running down, and she's just in her car, and it's just looking him straight in the abs. Like, he's just at the car window, and she's like straight to the abs, just staring.
Yeah, and what does he say? I'm going to get behind you here and push you hard.
Yeah, and he's like, would you like that? She's like, oh, yes. And he gets...
Porn music starts playing.
Yeah, it might as well.
No, it did.
Oh, it is. I gotta tell you, this movie didn't captivate me. He's behind the car, and he's just like, all right, I'm going to push now. And he's like rocking the car back and forth. And she's like, oh yeah, that's doing it. All right. Like, it's doing it. Gets her out of the snowbank. And she's kind of questioning, like, who is he? And he says, oh, I stay here with Kathy. She says, oh, she's a lucky woman. And I see you're pretty handy. I've got some things that I need, done around my house. Wink, wink. And she says that she has a light that needs hung. And he's like, well, I'm really not supposed to leave. She says, oh, well, I know, I've known Kathy forever. Like, if you're friends with Kathy, like, you can be friends with me. And basically abducts this man with the mind of a child.
Yes.
And the abs of a fucking god.
I'm going to lay into this.
And the next scene, he is, like, hanging a light in this woman's house. And there are, like, 5 or 6 women just watching him. Like, she invited all of her girlfriends over.
Heck yeah, man.
To see this guy. And he talks about how, he really likes helping people. And if anybody has any other jobs that, might need done, he'd be interested. And this one woman speaks up and says, oh, well, they just fired the handyman at my son's school.
And thankfully, they don't need a background check or anything.
No papers, no identification.
Yeah.
At school. Hey, in this town, you can work anywhere. It doesn't matter. Even a school. They don't need background checks.
Yeah. Well, my mom said he was cool.
This is what we call hot privilege, CJ.
Oh.
When you look like this guy, you don't need identification. Your abs are your passport to life. So she says, they got a big school dance coming up. They need some help around the school. And he's like, I'd love that. And they're like, all right, perfect. You're hired. And then he says he needs to get to the diner to see Kathy. And someone would be willing to give him a ride. And everyone's like, yes, we all will. And they
pull up in a drop top Cadillac.
It is winter.
Yeah.
The roof's off. This guy's sitting in a car with like 6 women. And Kathy sees him, pulls up, and she's like, oh, Jesus, what the fuck? And he gets out and he comes to the diner. And she's like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, well, your neighbor needed some help with this and that. Like, and she's like, all right, well, I told you, like, the sheriff is looking for you. And he says, that sheriff? And Craig Robinson is outside the window just like, that's a strange person in my town. Like, who is this guy?
Yeah, man. I bet this guy looks good streaking.
So he comes in, and Kathy's like, just follow my lead. Whatever I say, agree with. And he comes in and starts to question Jack. And then she just walks away. Like,
it really does.
Yeah, like, I don't remember why, but she gets pulled away. So there's...
She doesn't need to be there. Like, she's supposed to be the star, and Craig Robinson's here just chewing up scenery.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'll just see myself out.
Yeah. So he sits down, but he doesn't really ask Jack who he is or where he's from. This is the most pointless scene ever. He's kind of talking about how he's a stranger in town, and he seems a little suspicious. And Jack is just, like, eating ice like crazy. And he's like, why are you so hot, Jack? Are you nervous? And then Craig Robinson starts to, like, eat the ice. Like, they have, like, an ice off.
Yeah.
Where they're both eating ice. And nothing really comes of it. And then Kathy comes back over and swoops in and is like, all right, we got to go. And then just takes him away. Craig Robinson's not a very good police officer because he didn't get to the bottom of anything.
Oh, no, I think that's the whole point. He's terrible at his job.
And if I was him, I would have been like, hold on a minute. You can't just leave. I'm talking to this guy that I've never seen before. I got some questions. They go back to the house and they have their first little blow-up fight. Because he left, and he tells her, like, I got a job at the school. Like, I got a job now.
Yeah, these kids trust me.
And she's like, no. Like, you have to stay home. I can't have you out. The sheriff's already kind of onto you. We got to keep you laying low.
I've worked in schools. I had to have the FBI. I had to pay my own money to have the FBI look into my background.
Let me see your abs. Yeah, that's a reason why I got a background check.
That makes sense.
So they have this big fight, and
I have an ab.
They have this big fight, and he goes to bed sad. And she's walking through the house and slowly starts to realize that he fixed everything. And this guy like touches her, and she's sorry that she fought with him. So she
like the apology sploosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she goes down and she gives a little knock on his door and comes in and says, all right, like, thank you for fixing the house. You can work at the school, but there's conditions. Like, I'm going to drive you there. I'm going to pick you up. You don't leave the school. You stay there while you're working. And he's like, all right, cool. And he just says it like he just wants to make the most of the time he has because he doesn't really know what's going on.
And he just watched Porky's the night before and he remembered everything.
and he's worried that, like, he could be gone tomorrow. So he wants to, like, do some stuff while he's here. It makes sense.
What does he say? I could wake up tomorrow and be a puddle.
Yeah. We get a montage. There's a few montages in this movie, which I enjoy. This one, he's basically just, like, putting the school together, like the school dance together. There's a lot of scenes of him, like, with the kids, high-fiving everybody, like, getting along with all the kids. Kathy walks in a few times and sees him, like, working and having a good time, and she's, like, smiling. Cause,
anybody can just walk into the school at any point.
Well, yeah.
No security.
They gave the job to a snowman. They're baking cookies. They're putting up the Christmas tree.
You see her, she has a snowman cookie, and she bites the head off of it and starts crying.
Yeah, it gives her like a side eye. And at the very end of this montage, they put up the Christmas tree and they hang the mistletoe. And they're both under it. And she almost kind of like leans in for a kiss and he doesn't notice it and just walks away. She's starting to fall for Jack a little bit.
She's splooshing it up a little.
Yeah. She's going to wake up in a puddle, if you know what I mean.
Hey.
Hey-oh. Next day, she picks him up from school, and she goes in, and he's saying goodbye to all the kids, and she says, you know, the whole town loves you. She also tells him that he's very good-looking, and that's why they love him, which is true.
She ain't wrong.
And he's like, well, if the whole town loves me, and you're part of the town, then... And she's like, no, you don't understand. Like, that's not what I meant. Love was a bad word. She doesn't want to talk about it at first, but she gets in the car, and she just tells him that she doesn't think she's ready to be in love because she hasn't been taking care of herself since her husband died, or her house, her personal life's kind of in a mess. She just doesn't know if she can love someone right now.
My legs are so hairy.
And the snowman, for only being alive for like 2 days, he does some pretty good fucking mental judo here because he's like, your dead husband loved you and he would want you to be happy and you'd be super happy with a fucking ripped snowman like me. So pretty much is what he says. And she's like, oh, you're sweet, but, you know, I'm not really ready. But that is very nice of you to say. And yes, your abs are spectacular. She takes him into town, and she sees that, like, they're delivering a big pane of glass to the thrift store where he broke the window. And he explains to her that he bought it for them, and he wants to fix it for them. And she's like, well, how did you buy this? And he said, I found a website online, and you can just buy, like, anything. All I had to do was hit buy, and it put it in my, and it sent it to me. And she's like, yeah, my credit card is linked to this, so I have bought this window at this point.
Also, you're on the dark web, and why is all this heroin here?
Snowman is committing credit card fraud. But she says, okay, like, that's very sweet. You can fix the window for me, please. Like, just don't say anything. Keep it low. Again, no, we're not trying to cause a scene. We're not trying to bring any attention. Cut to him in the store. He's like, I broke your window. I was naked. I apologize. I stole all your stuff. And Mel and Theo are super sweet. They're like, it's fine. Like, you know.
They already know. They didn't even have to put it together and accept the fact that he's the snowman.
Yeah,
They're like, he's got our scarf on.
Yeah.
He's
yeah. Oh, yeah. She notices the scarf.
The magic snowman.
Yeah. And
Theo winks. Because the snowman, too. No, he doesn't.
I wonder if he was. It's like, I wonder if he was.
Oh, you know it was.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the whole concept there. If you were to look any deeper than the
they don't really explain
shallow puddle that this movie is.
They don't really explain a lot, but that's a good point. But they're like, you know, it's fine. Like, you're a sweet kid. Like, you didn't mean anything by it. And he offers to return the clothes, and they're both like, no, we know you were naked in those coveralls without any underwear, so you just go ahead and keep those to yourself.
Yeah.
Kathy's sitting out in the car waiting, and Joe Latrulia shows up with a sketch from the sketch artist that the older male from the couple that saw him streaking. And this fucking picture doesn't look anything like Jack at all. but Joe Latrulia is like, kind of looks like your friend Jack, doesn't it? Kathy tries to play it off. Like, this was almost as bad as, like, that Alabama Leprechaun sketch. Like, it was a bad fucking sketch.
Oh, my God. Yeah, guys, skip this movie and just go watch the Alabama Leprechaun YouTube videos.
So, you know, the heat's kind of getting on, and then we see the sheriff is questioning Mel and Theo about who replaced their window. He finds out it was Jack, and he's like, well, why would he do something like that? And he's a nice guy. Like, he likes to help people. And he's like, oh, I don't know. I feel like he might have had something to do with it. So Sheriff Craig Robinson actually is on the right track. He's just bad
he's
at
just
his
power
job.
hungry.
Yeah. Jack is at the school, still getting things ready for the dance, and he overhears a conversation between two of the students, like this kid asking a girl out to the dance. He kind of like listens to it and kind of rehearses it back after he hears it because he wants to ask Kathy to the dance. We get a scene in the police station, and Craig Robinson it's basically that Charlie Day meme from Always Sunny, where he has like all the red strings.
Oh,
on a
He's
board
got
with, like all the pieces. He's got pictures of all the people in the town. He's got
clue
the sketch.
board, yeah.
And he's like, all I really need is a picture of that new guy, and it's all going to come together. And Jack walks in. He's like, hey, guys, how's everything going? And he's like, what are you doing, an art project? And collecting pictures of people in the town? And he's like, yes, can I get your picture? And Jack's like, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they snap a picture of him, and he's actually there. He asks Joe Latrulia if he can talk to him for a minute. And they go outside, and these two have had no interaction the entire movie.
And now they have the best interaction of the entire movie.
They do.
Like, he just plain out says to him, like, with a mustache like that, you must get all the women.
Yeah. And he's like, I need some advice. He's like, he's asking what to do if he takes a girl out on a date, and he wants to ask Kathy out to the dance. And then he asks, how do you know if she wants to kiss you? And there's like a really kind of funny scene where Joe Latrulia's like, well, she's going to give you this look, and she's going to lean in. And they start leaning in towards each other. I was like, oh, please kiss. Like, please for the love of God. They didn't kiss. They came real close, though. And then he also teaches them how to dance. Craig Robinson looks out the window and sees them in the street, like, dancing. And he's like, what the hell is going on?
Now he's sold. The deputy is sold.
Yeah. And he really is, because Jack is telling him what a good-looking guy he is, and just really pumping up his ego, saying how handsome Joe Latrulia is. He ends up asking Kathy to the dance back at the house, and she says yes. And she says, well, I know what I'm going to wear. I have a dress. But, like, what are you going to wear? Shopping trip?
Dress montage.
Hit Pretty Woman music. We get some Roy Orbison. And I was like, oh, yeah. It's going to be a fucking outfit montage. I love these things. This one disappointed.
A little bit.
Like, not nearly enough fun outfits. They only went through about 3. Nothing really over the top crazy. It settles on a nice, sensible suit.
With a scarf.
The same scarf. And at the end of the montage, she gives him snowman cufflinks, which I thought was cute.
Oh,
like a nice little gift, And she does the Pretty Woman box snap at the finger thing.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. Yeah, she does. These people, so clever.
And really. They're ready for the dance, and she comes out in her dress, and we get, like, the first real, like, sploosh face. Snowman really splooshes over her when she comes out in her dress.
Oh, yeah.
And he bought her a snowflake necklace with her own credit card.
Yeah.
Still, it's great. It's the thought that counts. So we cut to the dance. There's like a group dance thing that they have planned where like actually before that, the boy that he overheard ask the girl to the dance earlier comes up to him while they're getting punched, and he's like, oh, did you bring a date? Yeah. Did you bring a date? Yeah.
Oh, I love it. He points over and he goes, she's over there. The adult.
Yeah. Thank you for clarifying, Jack. And the kid's like, I want to dance with my date, but I don't really know how. And he's like, oh, I just learned. Why don't we ask them together and you can kind of just follow my lead?
I watched that guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine dance for like 30 seconds. I'm an expert now.
Yeah.
And he is.
That's the thing. Why didn't he just find like a movie with dancing and watch that? This guy's so good at everything.
Yeah.
But they go and dance. That was like a cool scene where he's like befriending this kid and helping him out a little bit.
He watches fucking Coyote Ugly, gets banned from this school.
Showgirls.
Yeah.
Jack, put your pants on. Wait a minute. Look at those abs. They dance, and then after the slow dance is over, he's like, but wait, there's more. And there's a big choreographed dance with all the students and Jack. Which is strange. Like,
a little weird.
You're like the maintenance guy. You shouldn't have these kind of relationships with these children.
Yeah.
Definitely should have been a background check. And there's more of a close eye on this guy.
In my opinion, anybody that works at a school, the people that you want to be working in your school are the people that ended up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the janitor that was like, fuck, this is what I gotta do now. You don't want the people that are like, I want to be a janitor at school. Like, that's all I can think about.
I really want to get in here. But Kathy notices during the big dance that he's like sweating profusely, melting. So she grabs him and gets him outside. And she's fallen for Jack. So she goes to give him a kiss. He turns away and like goes back inside. And she comes in and says, did I do something wrong? And he's like, no. He's like, I just, again, don't know how long I'm going to be here. Like, I have no idea what's going on. And you lost your husband. Like, I don't want to do that to you again. Like, that would really suck if you fell in love with me. And then one day I just, poof, I was gone. Or I was a puddle. And she really appreciates that. And she actually hugs him. And he's like, I didn't think you were a hugger. And she goes, I'm a hugger now, Jack. I make an exception for you.
Also, your arms feel fantastic.
Yeah, and what your fucking cheese grater abs are just rubbing the fucking flesh off of me. Craig Robinson is shown walking outside. He's kind of retracing the steps of the streaker, and he's trying to piece things together. It dawns on him that there's an ATM outside the cafe that points directly at the shop window.
Which they've shown, like, ominously, like, 12 times throughout this movie. Like, this one ATM that's going to ruin the world.
Yeah. And he's like, jackpot. There's a Christmas party at the cafe. All the people from the town, like all 23 of them, are all there hanging out. And Kathy comes out to make an announcement, like tell everybody how happy she is, and this is like her favorite night of the year. Craig Robinson busts in, and he says, gotcha. I got the footage of you streaking, like you're the guy, you're under arrest.
Meanwhile, like everybody that he's wronged is there and is like, I'm not pressing charges, we're good.
Yeah, so he takes him away, and then as he's leaving, the woman who gave him the scarf, Mel, is like, come on, he's not like everyone else. And he leaves, and then Kathy goes, what do you mean he's not like everyone else? And then the doctor stands up, she's like, he's a snowman. And everybody in the town is like, yep, it's Christmas. Yeah, everybody but Kathy is just like, oh yeah,
absolutely.
I could totally see that. This guy is clearly a snowman. We see Jack at the police station. He's Craig Robinson's trying to fingerprint him. No fingerprints. He's the snowman. And Craig Robinson's like, you burned him off.
Yeah.
Crafty son of a bitch. He calls him like a sleeper cell or a sleeper agent.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. But it's way hot in the police station, and Jack is starting to sweat. Kathy comes in and like wants to bail him out, and he sets the bail at $2,000. She's like, all right, I'm going to run over to the restaurant. Like, I'll get some money out of the safe. I'm coming back. I'm going to get you out, Jack. It's fine. And he looks like hell. Like, this guy is dying. She says to Craig Robinson, he's dying. Craig Robinson's just like, nah, he's not. It's fine. Yeah. Like, he's just sweating.
He obviously looks like he's dying.
Yeah. She gets the money out of the safe, and she starts out and starts counting, and she doesn't have enough. She runs over, and Craig Robinson is coming out of the jail, and he's getting ready to lock up. She tells him, like, please just take what I have. And he's like, I can't. Like, I'm a man of the law. I'd love to help you. Bail's $2,000. It's gotta be $2,000.
He also says he's going to lock him in there over the weekend.
Well,
he's like, I'll be back on Monday.
It's Christmas Eve, and he says he'll let him out on the 26th. So he's going to make him stay Christmas Day in there.
Yeah, you got to feed people.
It's just one day. He might come back to feed him, but he's not letting him out.
All right, I guess.
I don't
Bill
know.
O'Reilly? Like, Jesus.
Well, I mean, this guy's a hard ass. It doesn't surprise me that he's going to be mean to the prisoners. But as he comes over, or as he's about to, like, lock up and leave, the whole town comes. Like, this is like a big, like, I am fucking Spartacus moment where everybody shows up.
This could have gone real bad for Sheriff Craig Robinson. Like, he could have just been like, no, and they could have pretty much murdered this man.
Do you want to make this movie 100 times better? Because at one point, like, Craig Robinson, like, takes a beat. Like, he's telling her that he can't do it and he's not going to help. And he looks up because he sees the townspeople coming. And he just gets this look, like, of amazement on his face that everyone's coming to help. They don't show them right away. Yeah. I wish they would have cut to them and they would have all been fucking naked. Like, butt naked. And been like...
oh, God, I did not see that coming.
And it would have been like... If you're going to arrest somebody for streaking, you got to arrest all of us.
Just diving through glass panes all over.
Yeah, just like, you got to arrest us all. That'd have been better than what actually happened. Because they come and the old man from the couple that caught him streaking originally takes off his hat and throws some money in it, and they start passing the hat around and eventually get enough money for bail. And he's like, I'm not going to do it. And then, like, his son, we find out, is the kid that Jack has befriended at the school.
Yes.
And, like, taught to dance and all that stuff. And
which should have been obvious because there's two people of color in this entire town.
That's true. So Craig's, like, the kid stands up for him too, and this kind of like changes Craig Robinson's mind. And he's like, all right, I'm going to let him out. Keep your money. Has a change of heart. They go in, and Jack is just, like, dead in the jail cell, like, soaking wet. He didn't melt, but he's just... Makes me wonder, like, what happens if this guy does get too hot and dies? He doesn't turn into a puddle. He's just a sweaty, dead body.
Oh. Just like I'm going to be one day.
So they like, we got to get him out to the snow. And they drag him out and throw him in a snowbank. He's not coming to. Kathy, like, gets down in the snow with him. And is like, I love you. Like, you can't leave me. And the doctor is just like, all right, come on, Kathy. We need to get you away from this. And this, like, the sheriff will clean this up. Basically, it's what she says. And they just leave this dead body in the snowbank outside the police station.
I mean, this is his mess.
And she's a doctor. Why doesn't she try to fucking bring him back to life? So they walk away.
Look, she's working on Christmas miracles. If a kiss in the snow didn't do it,
you're right.
Nothing will.
They walk away, and as they're walking through the crowd, you hear, Kathy? And Jack's alive and well. Like, everything's fine.
Yeah, everything's
pretty anticlimactic.
Not only is he alive and well, but now he's cold.
He's cold. He's a real boy.
Yeah. Why not?
Now he's a real man with the mind of a 12-day-old.
Because otherwise, he would have had to live in her walk-in freezer for like 8 months out of the year.
Yeah, but she comes back, gives him a big kiss, and he's like shivering, and she's like, "You're cold. This is what that means is you're cold." So we find out, Jack is becoming more real. We get to see them Christmas morning. He gives her a home repair for dummies book so that she can fix her own furnace. And she gives him tickets to Hawaii. And I was like, yeah, not really equal. Although he doesn't really have a job. Like,
he doesn't have a fucking ID.
And he probably bought that book with her money.
Man, me and you can get snowed over by some abs. Joe Latrulia can get snowed over by some abs. TSA doesn't give a fuck about your abs.
That's probably
they're going to get you shirtless regardless, and they're going to take your shoes. Like, they do not give a fuck.
I didn't think about that. Like, how is he getting on a plane to go to Hawaii? Yeah. But she bought him, maybe when you become a real boy, like a social security card and a license automatically appear in your back pocket too. I don't know. But last scene in the movie is them like packing up the car, all their luggage, dressed for Hawaii, and they pull off through town. The end.
That's it.
That was Hot Frosty, CJ.
I'm so glad I picked this one.
It was something. It was something. You got any flowers for this movie?
Not at all.
Grand gestures? Nothing?
No.
Not a damn thing.
I like the little side cuts in this. Like, every time they show TV, they're showing another Netflix movie.
Yeah, so I read online, too. I guess there's a few references to other, not just the movies they show.
Yeah.
But at one point, she says, like, what do they think I am, the Queen of Belgravia or something like that? Apparently that's from, like, a Christmas Netflix movie. Like, they've got a whole shared universe, apparently, that's all tied together.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, I hope at one point there's just, like, an Avengers-style fucking Netflix Christmas movie mashup.
This movie was exactly what I thought it would be. Like an hour and a half long.
Terrible. Wow.
And then it was over.
I will say, I love the length.
And then he put his pants back on.
I set him up, you knock him down. Thank you.
All right, so what do you have on this one? Hopefully you did some research, because I refused to.
There's not much to know. I mean...
This movie just came out.
It just came out, and there really wasn't anything. This is my one question. It's twofold. There was a snowman building competition. Snow sculpture competition, right? Mm-hmm. Assumedly, people from the town built these, and it's for some kind of prize. You see all these snowmen. They're all, like, pretty cute, funny, like, traditional snowman. You got the big cat. You got, like, these different things. And then, like, one guy in town was just like, I'm going to make a snowman that everybody's going to want to fuck. Where's this guy at?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to know.
Secondly, your incredibly fuckable snowman just disappears overnight. And all of a sudden, there's a strange, incredibly fuckable guy walking around town that looks just like your snowman. Where the fuck is the guy that built the snowman at?
That's true.
He would have questions.
I think in my chick flick to a dick flick, I have the answer for this one.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
That's really just mine. Like, I was just kind of curious. Like, I'd like to know who built the snowman. And how no one questioned the fact that someone either stole an entire snowman or this guy came to life and now there's just this hot stranger walking around town that looks just like the snowman you built.
Yeah.
I'd have questions. That's it for me. Let's chick flick it to a dick flick it. Tell me. Give me the answers I need.
I want you to go first because I got a couple and I think you might have one of them already.
Okay. So, for a movie called Hot Frosty, there was not nearly enough hardcore sex in this movie for my liking.
We're just falling back into the porn.
Well, sorta. So, this guy watches something on TV and becomes incredibly good at it, right?
Yeah. Oh.
What if he's flipping through the channels and comes across, like, the Spice Network? And this guy just stays up all night watching, like, Spice Network or, like, Skinamax After Dark.
She comes home, he's fixing the plumbing.
And just becomes, like this insatiable, incredible lover. And then he's just going around town just banging everybody. And it just turns in like kind of like a raunchy sex comedy where this guy is just like sexing up all the women in town.
Wow, I was wrong. I didn't have one that you would have shared here.
And that's really kind of what I got. And then it turns out like Craig Robinson has a wife in this version, and he's just giving her the business, and that's why Craig Robinson has it out for him. Like he's trying to find the guy who's like just sleeping with all the women in town and breaking up all these marriages.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, thank you.
I love it.
Yeah, that's mine.
I was thinking, one, how cool would it have been if this guy was actually just some master criminal? Like, he just showed up in the middle of the night and was like, that snowman looks a lot like me.
Yeah.
Kicks it over, and it's just like, I'm in this town now, I'm a magic snowman. But I wanted to go more, you've seen, like, all the Bourne Identity movies, right?
Yes.
like, maybe her husband didn't die of cancer. Maybe, like, they say at, at one point there's been, it's like 120 years without a murder.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because the snowmen are really good at picking people off.
Oh.
And the whole idea is it's like this government thing where they're building these perfect assassin snowmen, because I don't know if you've ever seen any pictures of Russia. Lots of snow.
Oh, yeah.
So basically what happens is once they pick off their target, they just go and freeze somewhere and wait, and spring rolls around. You don't even have evidence left.
Yeah.
It's a puddle somewhere.
Yeah.
So basically he just showed up in town. He offed somebody and then went out into the park and was like, I'll just freeze up here.
Yeah.
Until he was like, or I could just live with Lacey Chabert. So that's where I'm going with it. It's these born ice identity people.
The born identity.
Yes.
I like it. Very good. All right, let's Nick Cage it.
Okay, you go first.
I'll go first. So Lauren Holly, as I said, was in this movie.
Okay.
She was in Dumb and Dumber with Jim Carrey. Plays Lloyd Christmas. Nice little Christmas tie-in for our holiday episode.
Yep.
Jim Carrey, I think I've used this one before, but is in Kick-Ass 2, which also has a Nick Cage in it. His Big Daddy. So, that's mine.
Excellent. I wasn't sure if I wanted to make him the cook, but I came up with an idea, because they do constantly show television.
Yeah.
And kind of going on what you had earlier, I'd love it if every time somebody turned on a television, it was a Nick Cage movie.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy's learning everything. So, like, he learns to cook by watching Pig. You know what I mean? He learns how to do carpentry from... I mean, Nick Cage has made, like, 90 movies.
Yeah, I'm sure he's been a carpenter
definitely
in
been
one
a
of
carpenter in at least one of them. So that's it. That's how he's learning everything, is from Nicolas Cage movies.
I like it.
And at the end, it's a dinosaur skull.
He just turns into Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
He gets a little more Nicolas Cagey every scene, and then eventually just swaps him out for Nicolas Cage.
Brilliant.
Yeah. All right, let's rate it.
Ooh, I'm going high on this. I'm
really?
Gonna give it a 2.
Oh, okay. It was high for this.
Yeah, that is high for this. I was actually more entertained by this movie than I would have thought, and I think it had to do with pretty much the things we said. Craig Robinson, Joe Latrulia, Katie Mixon.
Yeah.
Like, they made this movie, like, they knew that they were in a terrible movie, and they had so much fun making it.
Okay.
Like, even the end credits. You got, like, a 15 minutes of Craig Robinson just singing out in the middle of the street.
Oh, when you got them, you just use them.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. That's it? Just 2?
2.
All right. Hot Frosty? Hot garbage. It's a 1.
That's a 1 for you,
It's a 1
dog?
for me, dog. Did not like this movie. It gets a 1 for...
I'm surprised you got that high from you.
Craig Robinson and Joe Latrulia. And I will say, the guy that plays Frosty, or Jack, I like that guy. I don't know, like,
It's so great.
I thought he was a good actor for what he was given. Like, I thought he played the role really well of, like, this fish out of water.
Yeah, he didn't just need
man
to have
with
his
a
shirt
child's
off.
mind. Yeah, he's not just a pretty face in a fucking 12-pack. He was pretty good. But other than that, I mean, the movie just made no goddamn sense. It was dumb. Like, I just didn't like it. I didn't care for the relationship. The relationship creeped me out because he's essentially, like, 5 days old and hooking up with this woman. He can't consent.
No.
He has a child's mind.
His brain doesn't have wrinkles in it.
Yeah, I mean, aside from Joe Latrulia and Craig Robinson, the side characters are all pretty much pointless. Even Katie Mixon, who I usually like, barely in it and doesn't really have that much to do. Lacey Chabert was just okay.
Yeah.
This movie, I mean, it is what it is. It's a made-for-Netflix Christmas movie. It's not good. It's not good. I didn't like it. 1. It was just a 1.
All right.
So
I'm good with that.
All right. So I guess that means we need to roll our next movie because we're not sticking with Christmas anymore. Now we are up to number 185.
I feel like we haven't done this in a while. Okay, we have number 66.
Okie dokie.
The Devil's Romance movie.
The Duff?
This is actually, I've seen parts of this movie before.
What? Tell me, what is this? Because I have no idea.
I can't remember her name. Have you ever seen, she's the girl that played Egg in Arrested Development?
Bella Thorne? Is that, I don't know. It's got Robbie Amell, Mae Whitman.
Mae Whitman.
Oh. She
plays the Duff, which is the dumb, ugly, fat friend.
Oh.
In her friend group.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. It's Ken Jeong Allison Janney.
Yeah, we got a comedy.
I like that. I recognize one guy.
This one came out like in that wave of movies right after Mean Girls.
Okay. Yeah, it's a comedy romance, PG-13. Yeah, okay. Well, it's The Duff. I've never heard of this movie, so that's exciting. All right, then. Well, until next time, when we discuss The Duff, please follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Like us, subscribe to us, send us a rating, review us, do all the things.
Build a snowman.
Build a snowman. Give him the fucking most abs you've ever seen.
Don't forget the nipples. That's where the magic comes from.
That's what I like to tell my lovers. Don't forget the nipples.
We're fucking done. Let's get this over with.
Follow us on Facebook at You've Got Mails. CJ makes a sweet, sweet meme every week. I have a feeling this one might have a shirtless man.
This one can get me kicked off of Facebook.
In it. And send us an email at you've.gotmails.com. We love hearing from our listeners. We get an email once in a while, but not nearly as often as I'd like. And you know what I'm going to say next. Come on, Germany. Where's the love? Huh? Come on.
You don't have a Christmas over there?
You got the Krampus.
Yeah.
Krampus is coming for you. You don't send us an email, Krampus is coming to your house. How about that?
Wow, that's a real threat.
All right, well, that's it for that. Until next time, everybody, stay romantic and don't be shitty to each other. All right, now I'm going to tell you how to do the rusty trawler.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we didn't say Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody.